Claude Desktop just became game changer for automation. And if you are using Playwright, you need to see this. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Wishinfinite. I'm here to simplify powerful tools, and today is no different. In this video, I will show you how to configure Playwright MCP Server directly inside Claude Desktop. No guesswork, no confusion, just a smooth, scalable testing setup you can use right now. And make sure to stick around till the end, because once this is set up, Claude became your personal automation hub. Let's dive in. And before moving further, I would like to inform you that you can now support my YouTube channel. And for that, you can go to my channel Wishinfinite and then click onto this join button. You can select the desired option to become a member. You can unlock exclusive perks while helping the channel grow. Your support means a lot. And a big thank you to everyone who has taken channel membership. As a token of appreciation, members can see their YouTube profile picture featured randomly on the channel homepage. You can also access this automation using AI and MCP Server's playlist under Playlists tab. Feel free to save this playlist by clicking onto the Save button for the quick access in your YouTube playlist section. Now let's continue with our current topic, to configure Playwright MCP Server in Claude Desktop. So here Claude Desktop is our AI assistant, which is having different models. So about MCP Server, AI assistant, models, agents we have already seen into my previous videos. If you have not watched these videos, I would highly recommend you to watch these videos. I will provide link of this complete playlist into description, or you can click onto this I button at top right corner to access this playlist. Again, I will just repeat that what is Playwright MCP Server. So a Playwright MCP Server is a model context protocol server that provides browser automation capabilities using Playwright. This server enables LLMs, which is large language models, to interact with web pages through structured accessibility snapshots, bypassing the need of screenshots or visually tuned models. And here, what is Claude? So Claude is a next generation AI assistant built by Anthropic and trained to be safe, accurate, and secure to help you do your best work. Here we are going to use Claude Desktop. Claude has also web version available, right? But to configure model context protocol, we would be using Claude Desktop. Claude has different models like Claude Opus 4, Claude Sonnet 4, Claude Sonnet 3.7, Claude Opus 3, and Claude Haiku 3.5. Currently, these models are available, but in future, these model names and their versions can get changed. And for this, we have the prerequisite. So we should have Node.js installed. And apart from that, we should have this Claude Desktop installed. If you are using Playwright, or if you have watched my previous video, you must already be having Node.js, and you must also have an idea that how to install Node.js. If Node.js is not installed for you, you can simply search for Node.js download, and here you can click onto this first link, and from here we can select the desired option. So currently I am using Windows, so for me this Windows is selected. You can select any other option which you are using, and then you can click onto this download option, which will give you installer, and then you can simply install Node.js by following the instructions. Now coming on to the second prerequisite, which is Claude Desktop itself. So for that, you can search for this Claude Desktop download, then click onto this download Claude link. And see, here we are getting different options for different operating system. For me it is Windows. If you are using macOS, then you can accordingly select this option. Here I will click onto the Windows and see downloading got started. Once the downloading is done, you can simply open this .exe file. You can also go to this download folder where you would be able to see this downloaded exe for the Claude Desktop. Double click onto this exe file and it will start the installation. You would be able to see this installing Claude, and once the installation is completed, this Claude Desktop app will get opened. You can open this Claude for Windows by simply searching here also. See, this is the app which got installed. Now here for the first time, we would be able to see this welcome page. We can click onto this get started, and here we need to sign in. Let me use this continue with Google option to sign in. It will take you to this web page. Here again, click onto this continue with Google, and you can select your email ID here. Let's click continue. And now the login is completed. Again, we can click onto this open Claude, which will open Claude Desktop app. If you want to enable this quick entry, then you can enable it. For now, I will click onto the skip. Now we are ready with our Claude app on the desktop. And here, as you can see, I am currently using this free plan. This is simple AI assistant, right? Previously, we have used this GitHub Copilot inside the VS Code. Here, it is completely separate app itself. We need not to open it inside the VS Code. We can directly open this Claude Desktop. Here, we can provide any prompt. If you have already gone through my previous video, and if you have used GitHub Copilot into the VS Code, so you will find this UI similar, right? We have one text area where we can provide any prompt. Here we have option to select different models. See, this Claude Opus 4, Claude Sonnet 4, and from here we can select Claude Sonnet 3.7, Opus 3, and Haiku 3.5. For now, I will use this Claude Sonnet 4. We can also use this Claude Opus 4. Here we have option to upgrade our free plan also. We can simply click onto this upgrade, and here you would be able to see different plans with different benefits. For now, we are going to use this free plan only. If you want to purchase any specific plan, you can simply click onto the specific buttons. Just go through all the benefits which you are getting with the different plans. First, you can try this free plan, and if you like it, then accordingly you can proceed further with the purchase. Now let me go back. And here again, I am repeating that we are going to use this Claude Desktop app. If you will go to this Claude main website, let me click onto this Get Started. You can simply go to this Claude.ai also, and here first time it will ask for us to log in. Here we can click onto this Continue with Google. Select your email ID. If you want to use any another account, you can click onto this Use Another Account. Let's click here. Click Continue. And here we would be able to see this Claude web version. So the look and feel would be very similar to the Claude Desktop app. But to use the MCP server, we will have to use this Claude Desktop app. Just wanted to inform you that you would be getting this web version also, but we need to use this desktop version. Now here, as we are done with the prerequisite, we can proceed further with the configuration of Playwright MCP Server in the Claude Desktop. And to configure Playwright MCP Server in the Claude, we need to use this particular JSON configuration. And I have got this Playwright MCP Server configuration from the official Playwright MCP Server Git repository. Let me open that Git repository. For that, you can search for this Playwright MCP Server GitHub and then click onto this link. The repository name is Playwright-MCP. I will provide this link also into the description. You can directly visit this link also. Now here, scroll down and see previously we have used this option to install Playwright MCP Server in the VS Code. Now we need to configure Playwright MCP Server into this Claude Desktop app. And for that, here we are having this configuration, right? So I have copied this same standard config into our document also. Let me just quickly explain this configuration to you. So here we have one object where MCP servers is the key and its value is again an object. And this object will contain details about different servers. Currently we are going to talk about this Playwright MCP server. So inside this object, details related to the Playwright MCP server is there. So inside this object, we have one key which is Playwright. So this is our server name and its value is again an object where first key is command and its value is npx. So this command tells what tool to use to run the server. And here in this case, we are going to use this npx, which is a Node.js tool that lets you run packages without installing them globally. And then inside this Playwright object only, we have second key value pair after this comma, which is args. And args means arguments to pass along with the command. And here we are providing argument as an array which is having this string, right, @playwright/mcp@latest, which means we are saying that we want to run the latest version of Playwright MCP server. In short, we are telling the system to run the Playwright MCP server using the command which is npx @playwright/mcp@latest. And if you are not able to get everything about this particular configuration, that is also totally fine. We just need to simply copy it and then we would be configuring it with our Claude Desktop. And to configure it, what you can do, you can simply open this Claude Desktop. Here we need to click onto this menu option at the left hand corner. Then click onto this file and then go to settings. And here under settings, you would be able to see this developer option. Click here. And if you have not configured any MCP server, you would be able to see this particular page where the heading is local MCP servers with the description that we can add and manage MCP servers on which we are working on. Here we can click onto this edit config, which will take us to this particular folder. So this folder is there inside this app data roaming and then Claude. You can simply go to this particular path also And here we need to open this Claude Desktop config.json. You can simply open this Claude Desktop config.json with a notepad. Here I am opening it with the notepad++. And see, here we are getting this object with the key MCP servers, and its value is again an object. See the same configuration which we have got. We have got one object where the key is MCP servers, which is already available here, and its value is this object, which is this one. We can copy this configuration from here till here, right? Because remaining key value pairs are already there. You can simply copy paste whole configuration and replace this one here. But for now, I will provide values inside this MCP server object. So see, we have got this MCP servers. Its value is an object with the key as Playwright, and its value is again an object with the command as npx and argument as Playwright MCP latest. And now save this particular file. And then go back to this Claude Desktop. And see, here still we are not able to see anything, although we have saved the file, but we will have to restart this Claude Desktop app. So close it from here, and it is not completely closed. Click onto this option, and here you would be able to see this Claude icon. Right click here and quit it. So from the system tray, once this icon is gone, this Claude Desktop will get completely closed. Now let's go back. Now let's click onto this Windows, search for the Claude, which is this one. Open this Claude app. And now if we will go to this menu, file, settings, and this developer settings, we would be able to see this Playwright MCP server configured. And here we would be able to see different MCP servers list. For now we have configured only one MCP server, which is Playwright MCP server. But if you will configure more servers, you would be able to see list here. If you want to remove a specific server, you can simply remove it from here, or you can remove it from here also, right? Same thing is going to happen. And if you want to add more MCP server, you can simply open this file. You can also click onto this edit config, which is simply taking you to this particular Claude folder. And from here, you can again open this JSON file. So now our Playwright MCP server is configured with this Claude app. Now let's click onto this Claude to go to this main window. And here we can provide the prompt. And here, if you will click onto this search and tool, you would be able to see this Playwright. So once you configure Playwright MCP server, then only you would be able to see this Playwright option with this 24, which is number of tools which this Playwright MCP server is having. So the same thing we have also seen with the GitHub Copilot inside the VS Code. Here you can see there are different tools like browser close, browser resize, browser console message, browser handle dialog, and like this there are so many tools. See here, browser click, browser hover, and if you are already aware of the Playwright, so these are all the actions which we can perform right with the Playwright tool. So the same thing is appearing as the tool for this Playwright MCP server. For now there are only these 24 tools available, but in future you would be able to see more tools here, right? Here click onto the back, and here under this search and tools, if you install more MCP servers, you would be able to see their name here. And as I previously told you that we need to use this Claude Desktop app only, because let me open this web version, and here let's go to the settings. So see, we are not able to see that developer option, right, where we can configure this MCP server. So just for your information, I'm telling it to you that here with the web version, you would not be able to use it, but with the desktop app only, you would be able to use any MCP server. Now we are completely done with the configurations also, right? We are able to see tools also here. Now we just need to simply provide the prompt, and we can proceed further with our Playwright automation. And in the previous video, I've told you that how we can provide the prompt, what are all the different ways we can provide the prompt. So you can try those prompts. For now, I will just provide a simple prompt, and later we will try different prompts into the different video with this Claude Desktop also. So I've already created one prompt, and here I've provided this prompt into plain English language, right? So that's the benefit of the MCP server, that we can provide simple prompt into plain language to the AI assistant, and it will do the magic. So for this prompt, I've just simply mentioned that navigate to this wishinfinite.com and then go to this playground, and inside playground we have this e-commerce section, and there log in into the app and verify successful login. Let me open this wishinfinite.com. So here what I am telling into the prompt, that go to this particular site and then go to playground, then click onto this e-commerce app, and here log in with the valid credentials. Here I'm not providing any credentials into the prompt, but as these credentials I have made public, so automatically it would be able to pick these username and password, and then we want to log in into the application where we want to verify that login is successful. So that's what we have mentioned into this particular prompt, see. And here, as I told, I am not providing any username and password. These username and password are public, so that's why it will automatically pick it. But for your project or for your site, I would recommend you to provide these username and password manually rather than providing it to your AI assistant. This is the different case where the username and password are public, as I've created this practice website. Now let's copy this particular prompt, go to this Claude Desktop, and here let's provide the prompt. Here our model is already selected. Now we can simply click onto this send. And see, it is asking us the permission to perform the different operation. For now, it is using this browser navigate tool, and for that it is asking us the permission. And here you can read this note also, that review each action carefully before approving. Claude cannot guarantee the security or privacy practice of third-party integrations. So if you are using it for your project and you are well aware of your site, then only you can use this allow always option. Otherwise, you can review each and every action, and then you can click onto this allow once. Here we have decline option if you want to decline use of this particular tool. For now, this wishinfinite.com is my site only. And for now, I will click onto this allow always. You can also click onto the allow once. So next time again, if this Claude will use this browser navigate tool, so again, it will ask for the permission. For now, I am clicking onto this allow always. So next time, once this browser navigate tool is getting used, it will not ask us for any of the approval. Let me click here. And see, it has opened new browser window where it is navigating to this wishinfinite.com. And once this page is open, see again, it is asking for the new approval. And this approval is for browser click option. Here again, I will click onto this allow always. Although this is looking very slow to you, right? Every time it is going to ask us the permission. But here I'm clicking onto this allow always. So next time it will not ask me to approve for this particular tool use. You can also expand so you would be able to see the more details that it is trying to click onto this playground navigation link. This is the reference, which is E50, right? Let me click onto this allow always. See, after this playground click, it has clicked onto this e-commerce. And again, it is asking us the permission to use this browser type tool, because this is the new action which it is going to perform, right? It is going to enter the username and password. And first time it is going to type into this username. So that's why it is asking for this permission, right? To enter the username. And this is the text. And as I told you, it will automatically pick this username from here. Let me click onto this allow always. And for this password field, it will not ask us the permission because we are clicking onto this allow always. If you will click onto this allow once, it will again ask you the permission to allow for entering the value in the password field. Let's click onto this allow always and see it has entered the username, then password, and then it will click onto this login button. And see, we have got logged in into the application successfully. And it automatically clicked onto the login button after filling username and password because previously we have already approved this browser click tool to perform click operation. And see here into our Claude Desktop, we would be able to see all the details. See from the top, let me show you that first it navigated to this wishinfinite.com. Then it took the snapshot. This is the snapshot of the DOM, right? Which this Playwright MCP server is going to use, right? To perform the actions. And then it performed this click operation into the playground link. And here you can see all the details, right? That at the back end, it has used this Playwright code to click onto the playground link, right? You can also see these logs. Then after clicking onto this playground link, it again performed the click operation for this e-commerce app button. See, it clicked here. Here again, you can see that it get the element by the ID and then it clicked onto that e-commerce app. After that, you can see these details, right? That I can see we are now into the e-commerce app section and there is a login form with demo credentials provided. So automatically it picked these credentials and then it used this browser type tool to enter the value of the username as the Wishinfinite into this username text box by using this particular code. You need not to perform any action or write any code. Automatically, these things are happening into the background, right? And then it entered the password into this password field using this code. Here I'm just explaining you all the details, right? So that you are aware. And then it clicked onto the login button. And here we have got the complete summary, right? And here, as you can see that it is showing that perfect, the login was successful. I can verify by overseeing several key indicators. So automatically it verified that login is successful using the several indicators. See, here we have got this login verification success. Here is the evidence of successful login. It is able to see this welcome page where we are getting this welcome Wishinfinite message. See here. After that, it verified that logout button is appearing here. And then it saw that content changed. The login form has been replaced with this e-commerce application interface where it is able to see this product catalog, which is this one. navigation tab with this view item, view orders, project management, and API documentation. So it automatically verified all these tabs which are appearing into this e-commerce app after logging in. It also verified the content of this product catalog where it is able to see these 3 products. Here we are able to see the product, price, unit which are available. All these details it has already verified. We have not even told it to verify all these details, but automatically it was able to verify these details to conclude that the login is successful. At the end, it also validated all the console logs where we are getting this 200 as the status code for the different API calls which happened. It also saw that JWT token generated after logging in, right? So once we are logging in into this particular site, this token is getting generated. So that's what it is validating. And here is the quick summary. First one is the navigations. Successfully navigated to this wishinfinite.com. Then successfully accessed the playground section. After that, successfully navigated to the e-commerce app, which is this one, inside this playground. And then successfully logged in using the provided demo credentials. If you are using your company website, then I would suggest not to provide any confidential information directly to the AI assistant. And at the end, it has done the verification that login verified through the multiple UI and system indicators. And then we have got this, the login functionality is working correctly and user has been successfully authenticated into this e-commerce application with full access to product, order and management features. So see, we are able to perform all the actions and all the verifications by just giving this simple prompt. And as I told you, for the first time, it asked me for all the permissions to approve use of these tools. Let me again provide this prompt, and this time it will not ask me for any of the permission. Let me close this browser. Let's click onto this new chat. You can also use the old chat, right? Here I am using the new chat. If you want to see the previous chats, you can simply click here into the history to open any of the chat. Let me provide the prompt here again and hit enter. And see, it opened the browser, and as we have already approved use of the tools which are going to get used, so it will not ask me any permission. See, automatically it is doing all the operations, right? I'm not even touching anything, right? See, the login is successful, and here it has not asked me any permission because we have already approved it. But if you will click onto this allow once, then it will again ask you for all the approvals, right? So just be aware about these things, right? And see, at the left hand, we are able to see one more recent chats. So you would be able to see all the chats here into the left hand section. You can open any of the chat. And like this, you can try to provide more complex prompts and try to perform different actions into the browser. In the upcoming video, I will tell you different ways to provide the prompt, right? We can refine the prompt so that it will perform more accurate actions. Till then, you can try to give different prompt for your practice website or for your company's website which you are testing. And now I will conclude this video, but before we wrap up, let me give you a quick recap. So here into this video, we saw that what is Playwright MCP Server, what is this Claude, and we saw that we need to install these 2 prerequisites, which is Node.js and Claude Desktop tool. You can go to official websites and download these 2 prerequisites. And once you download these prerequisites, you need to install it. Like here, we have installed this Claude app by using this .exe, which got downloaded, right? After that, you can simply open this Claude app and then log in for this Claude app. After that, we saw that we can configure Playwright MCP Server with the Claude. For that, go to this file settings and then go to this developer, and here you can configure any of the MCP server. For that, you can simply click onto this edit configure, or you can simply go to this particular path and open this Claude Desktop config.json. And inside this file, you can configure any of the MCP server inside this MCP servers object. So for now, we have configured this Playwright MCP server inside this object. But similarly, if you want to configure more MCP server, you can simply put comma, and then you can provide different configurations for the different MCP server here. And once MCP server is configured, you would be able to see the list with the details with the running status here. If you are configuring any new MCP server, just remember, once you save it here, just restart the Claude Desktop. For that, first close it from here and also from the system tray, and again open the Claude Desktop. Then you would be able to see the configuration here. And once the MCP server is configured, you just need to provide the prompt into the plain language, and then it will perform all the operations. And for the first time, if it is using any of the new tool from the Playwright MCP server, it is going to ask us for the permission. We can either click onto the allow once or allow always. Here you can try using the different models also. And if you are finding this playlist helpful, just let me know into the comment section. And also, if you are having any suggestions, so drop your suggestions in the comments. I would love to hear your thoughts. And that's it from my end. You can click onto this first card to go to the next video. You can click onto the second card to access the whole automation using AI and the MCP servers playlist. And stay tuned for my upcoming videos. If you have any comments, questions or doubts, you can let me know into the comment section below. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much. Have a great day.